everyone, and welcome to episode 97 of the WMMA 5 series here on the channel. It's Pride FC, as we are in the year 2008, and we are about $10 million away from being at $100 million, which is pretty nuts, as we have Pride FC Worldwide 15. Silva versus Marquardt 2 should be a very fun main event, and then we'll be into April, so it's just kind of crazy. We are even moving so fast, even with running 2 shows a month. As we'll go through the mail, as always, there's only 6 pieces of mail. John Bones Jones, signed to Pride FC. Let's see what happens with if you take away the piece of shit man that is John Jones and just take what he can do inside the octagon, now putting it inside the ring that is Pride FC, and seeing what he can do. Should be very, very exciting, though. I think he is scheduled to fight pretty relatively soon. I think it's a Pride FC Worldwide 16. So that should be very, very fun to see how he does. As we sign Balagi Ivanov, he is going to be joining the heavyweight division. He's in French top team. Should be pretty good as far as he is a high class, Sambo guy, accomplished Judokan. Should be very fun to see how he does. He's Eastern Bulgarian. He's 21 years old. We'll see how he does. It's nice to get some new blood into the heavyweight division, always. As then we have Vinnie Ellis, who is going to be a middleweight. He's 3-0 right now, and he should be another guy, another high-level, national-level jiu-jitsu guy who, is a savage. Obviously, still going strong here in 2021 still, so it should be fun to see how he does. We extended Bas Rutten and Benji Radish left Extreme Couture. That's just kind of where we're at, and without further ado, let's get on with the card. As a pretty interesting card. Obviously, we got Vanderlei and Marquardt as the main event, but we have Josh Neer and Dwayne Ludwig, 2 guys making their debuts in the co-main. Nick Serra and Jason Von Flue, Pat Miletich and Jake Ellenberg, Gabriel Gonzaga and Greg Wicken, and Cain Velasquez and Gilbert Yvel to kick off the show. So we got 2 heavyweights, 2 welterweights, and then a lightweight and a middleweight. So it's just kind of fun how the card is structured. And the prelims are Hirotaka and Alexei Olenek, and then Stefan Bonner and then Alex Skuno, rather, as that should be pretty fun as well. As the main event, they have fought once before between these 2 men, as there was a Pride 13 collision course in 2001. Crazy, a fight that's 7 years in the making, as Vanderlei won that fight by knockout. They're 2 of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, as Marquardt's ranked 7th, Vanderlei Silva's ranked 18th. This is the 13th time that Silva has main event in a Pride event, and this is the 4th time that Nate Marquardt has main event in a Pride event. Silva has finished 3 of his last 5 opponents, which he trains the Brazilian top team, and Marquardt has a record of 0-1 against other members of that team. And Vanderlei is going to have a slight weight advantage, or significant rather, weight advantage, but it looks like that's not going to matter according to the Blurcast F picks. It's 5-2 to Marquardt. Vanderlei just coming back, got some big wins. Got the big win over Forrest Griffin. TKO'd him in the first round, and he's riding a 3-fight streak as a 3-fight winning streak. But Marquardt has definitely been a savage, beating Ron Faircloth, and just beat Ice Cold Igor and at Shockwave by submission by Komura. He's beaten a lot of big names, Marquardt has, and definitely so has Vanderlei in his time, but it's just kind of crazy. His first ever fight in Pride FC was against Vanderlei Silva, got knocked out in the 2nd round, and to have all those fights, and now that he's getting his rematch, pretty exciting. That should be a very fun main event. Lots of stuff on the call, though, because I don't want to count out Vanderlei Silva, but obviously, he is still, Marquardt's really probably in his prime, so it's going to be very, very tough to see how that one plays out. As Josh Neer and Dwayne Ludwig, as Josh the Dennis Neer, Dwayne Bang Ludwig, as Ludwig has finished 4 of his last 5 opponents. Josh Neer has finished 3 of his last 5 opponents, so 2 guys that like to finish fights. As Josh Neer trains at Black House, which Ludwig has an overall record of 3-0 against other members of that team. Wow. As Josh Neer is ranked 16th as far as a lightweight in Pride FC, and Ludwig is 19th as a lightweight in Pride FC. Kind of crazy that 2 guys outside the top 15 are co-main eventing this card. Just kind of shows you how much talent we have. But Josh Neer has the Blurcast Staff Picks advantage, as he is 11-2, has had some time in Cage Warriors and King of the Cage, which he lost one of his fights at King of the Cage by technical submission. But he's won his last 4 fights at Cage Warriors. He's riding a pretty good wave of momentum, as he's the 15th lightweight in the world, which is pretty nuts. And then Dwayne Ludwig, who is the 19th lightweight in the world and the 19th lightweight in Pride FC, as he is on a 4-fight win streak as well, as he's fought in the UFC, he's fought in King of the Cage, he's fought in WEC. He's gotten some wins over a lot of guys that are part of the Pride FC roster as far as Jake Shields goes. And, well, I guess there's the one guy. I was thinking that he's lost to Josh Thompson and Jakeem Hansen and Yves Edwards and Charles Ben as far as he's fought those guys, but the only wins he's had over Pride FC guys is Jake Shields. So, but, I mean, still has faced high-level opponents. So I would actually kind of give the nod to Dwayne Ludwig here. We shall see how that plays out, though, with the Mad Monkey, Nick Serra versus Livewire, Jason Von Flue. Another rematch. This was from the prelims of UFC 61, which happened in 2004. Serra trains at Black House, which Jason Von Flue has an overall record of 1-0 against other members of that team. Von Flue is ranked 18th as far as the welterweight division in Pride FC, or Nick Serra is ranked 20th, as Jason Von Flue has finished 3 of his last 5, or has won rather 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. Jason Von Flue has the Blurcast staff picks as Chris W., the lone backer of Nick Serra. Yeah, Jason Von Flue really coming to his own now, feels like, as far as he beat John Fitch. He's beaten Matt Serra, so it'd be kind of funny if he beats Nick Serra here to avenge his loss against Nick Serra, which that was the last UFC fight he had was against Nick Serra. But he's taken on some big names. He lost to George St. Pierre at Shockwave 2004. He's beat Drew Fickett and Matt Serra, 2 guys that are done pretty well for themselves here in Pride FC. And he's beat Matt Serra not once but twice. One was by split decision. But it should be very fun to see how he does in this fight here against Nick Serra, who really, he's 3-2. He's on a 2-fight winning streak. He beat Paul Daly, which isn't saying much. I think the betting odds for that one was crazy. As I want to say he was like a plus, I think he was like a minus 500 as far as the favorite. Might have been even more. They beat Kyle Noak, and that was back in November. But he's had 4 fights in the past year, and he's looking for his 5th fight now. As far as he's lost to John Fitch, whereas Jason Von Flue has beaten John Fitch. That's kind of funny how that plays out. And he's lost to Sean Pearson. He's beaten Nick Diaz. But really, as far as I think just Jason Von Flue right now is probably at a whole nother level that he was when he fought him in 2004. And I'm going to go with the Blurcast stat picks on that one and go with Jason Von Flue. It's the Croatian sensation, Pat Milicic, taking on Jake Ellenberg. Milicic has a 5-inch reach advantage, but Jake Ellenberg has the Blurcast stat picks. Obviously the younger, stronger, probably better at this case fighter. But he is 1-2 in Pride FC. Weirdly enough, he lost to Kyle Noak and he lost to Diego Sanchez recently. But this is first fight in 2008. As far as he's lost to Elijah Arsberger, Kyle Noak, Diego Sanchez, and Shiko Yamashita, which 3 of the 4 guys are Pride FC guys. But Pat Milicic, 39 years old, looking at the tail end of his career, but he's beaten Jake Shields and Joe Scarlo, coming in with a 2-fight win streak. He's beaten Sean Pearson before. He's beaten Carlos Newton, a former welterweight champion. Just really his kind of bad luck came from fighting in a division that he wasn't in, as far as being in the middleweight division, taking on guys like Vitor Belfort, Frank Schumacher, and Anderson Silva. I mean, those 2 of those 3 guys are former middleweight champions, and lost to Tetsuji Kato and Dennis Hallman, again, 2 former welterweight champions. He's just kind of taking the best of the best and still hanging on there. 39 years old, still beating guys. We'll see what happens. Maybe he can beat Jake Ellenberg. Gabriel Gonzaga and the Gladiator, Greg Wicken. Gabriel Gonzaga has finished 3 of his last 5 opponents, as Wicken is ranked 20th. Gabriel Gonzaga is ranked 25th as far as in the heavyweight scene in Pride FC. Greg Wicken hasn't won a fight since October of 2004. This is the first time they have fought. Gonzaga's going to have a significant weight and reach advantage, a 5-inch reach advantage. But the Blurcast stat picks are going with Greg Wicken, which I think is a mistake. Greg Wicken has been out of action for a little bit, as far as hasn't had a fight since 2007, of July 2007. He's on a 3-fight losing streak. I don't think since he's joined Pride FC he's really been the underdog, I think, in every fight, taking on Pedro Hizzo, Andre Vlasky, and Tim Sylvia. But now he's got an actual, I think, an opponent where he is coming in with the advantage. But just Gabriel Gonzaga's a savage. I wouldn't put anything past Gabriel Gonzaga there. Wouldn't be surprised if a big upset as Cain Velasquez versus Hurricane Gabriel. As Gabriel has finished 3 of his last 5 opponents. First time that fought, as Cain Velasquez has a significant weight advantage. Slight edge on the broadcast stat picks. Gabriel, very talented standing wise, talented kickboxer, just a dirty bastard though. As he's 3-7, he's on a 2-fight win streak, beating Junior Dos Santos and Kevin Randleman. We shall see what happens here. As he's really, he's only lost to Alistair Overeem and Frank Mir, which Frank Mir's a savage, of course. So is Alistair Overeem. But Cain Velasquez hasn't lost yet. He's beaten Hideki Yoshida, Peter Orts, and Marquardt, which, it's kind of funny. Marquardt, obviously out of Pride FC, Peter Orts hasn't had that much success. Same thing for Hideki Yoshida. So this has really been, even Gabriel has a losing record, I believe. As 29-18, still a positive record. But it's still, this is definitely his biggest test yet. But I still think Cain Velasquez can pull out the win. It's in the prelims as Hirotaka Yoki and then Alexei Olenek as Hirotaka trains at Peresta, which Alexei Olenek has a record of 0-1 against other members of that team, first time they have fought. And Alexei Olenek has the broadcast stat picks advantage, 4-3. Close, a tough one to call because Hirotaka has had one fight, and it was against Frank Mir. That's a tough guy to kind of gauge. He's a tough bastard, and he is a problem for sure. As far as other guys that are part of Pride FC, he's beaten Randy Couture, which Randy Couture has lost a lot of people, though, so I guess it's not too much of a brag, but still he's beaten him. As far as Alexei Olenek, a guy who's been around a while, has been a part of Pride FC since 2001, taking on Bob Schreiber. As far as, he's had some fun fights. The Gabriel fight comes to mind, and winning with the twister after coming back after getting knocked down and looked like he was going to be finished. Came back and busted out the twister. As far as our Pride 21, lost to Kazuki Fujita. He's lost to Valentin Overeem. He's lost to Mark Coleman. He's beaten Don Fry and Gary Goodrich, though, so he's taken on some guys that have some heavy power in their hands. But yeah, this is just, it's crazy. It's crazy to think he lasted 7 minutes against Mirko Krokop, too. I think he's a lot more talented than this is giving. I think he's going to beat Hirotaka here, but we shall see. As the American Psycho, Stefan Bonner against Alex Schoonover. So we got another tough one matchup. As Stefan Bonner's finished 3 of his last 5 opponents. Schoonover trains at Roof Sport. Stefan Bonner has a record of 0-1 against other members of that team. First time they fought, Stefan Bonner's got the significant weight advantage, and that's looking like that's going to aid him in the Blurcat staff picks. Obviously, Alex Schoonover has not won yet, but as far as he's taking on Nate Coy, he's got Stefan Bonner now. He's just kind of going on the tough one train. As he's beating Josh Haynes, he's beating Ricardo Almeida, Ricardo Calavante. As far as that goes, he's beaten some names. As far as part of Pride FC, he lost to David Terrell, who's, I believe, he's the current middleweight champion in Pride FC. He might even be the welterweight champion. Kind of forget now. As he's coming off a win against Charles Sonnen, is Stefan Bonner. It's his first one in Pride FC. Actually, second. I forgot he beat Dario Matsui at Pride 32, the real deal. But he's beaten Ebenezer Fontes Baraga. He's beaten Akira Shoji, Joel de Oliveira. Kind of the smaller names of Pride FC. Lost Alan Goes and Fabio Maldonado, which Fabio Maldonado was a savage. Can't really take that away from him. But it should be a pretty good fight, and it's a pretty good prelim card. I think the whole card's pretty fun. We'll see what happens here. As the American Psycho, Stefan Bonner against Alex Schoonover is 12-8, 10-5. Both guys are mixed martial artists. Minus 190 for Stefan Bonner and plus 150 for Alex Schoonover. It's Chicago, Illinois, Las Vegas, Nevada. Both guys 6'3", both guys 205. I'm sure Stefan Bonner's probably fighting a little heavier than that. So our judges is, Stefan Bonner probably weighing in at 225. I'd guess maybe even 215. So round 1 begins. They touch gloves. As 2 fighters come forward and engage. As Schoonover misses the big right hand pulling off Fountains, and Stefan Bonner attacks with a pair of left jabs, but are followed by the big right hand that just misses. As Stefan Bonner forcing a strike exchange, there's a counter jab that misses from Schoonover. There's a left hand, but a big right head kick is wide of the mark. The fighters go toe to toe with strikes, and neither fighter lands anything significant in the exchange. As Bonner lands 2 jabs and hits a nice straight right hand that lands hard. As Bonner steps forward and the striking exchange begins. Schooner hits a jab in the exchange. A 1-2 from Bonner fails to land. Bonner moves in closer, ready to attack. Schooner looked like he was stepping in to grapple, but Bonner simply took the initiative first. Stephen Bonner throws a punch, but Schooner is equal to it. Schooner warily circling, looking for the opening he needs to shoot in. As Bonner throws some strikes and a kick to the body, but Schooner defends them well. As Schooner seizes that chance to shoot in on Bonner, partially defends it though, Stephen Bonner, as he ends up hopping on one foot while Schooner has the other one. As he can't get him down, so he's also pushing him up against the ropes. Now he's trying to take him down. Can't get him down now. He's looking to grab both his opponent's legs now. Finally, he's got it. Cannot stop the takedown. Gives up side control. It's also Schooner looking to throw some right hands. There's some punches blocked on the gloves. Trying to move the guard, but Schooner doesn't allow it. There's a few right hands to the body. Pounds away on Bonner, but with elbow strikes, but can't land anything significant. He tries to pull guard on Schooner, but doesn't get anywhere with the attempt. Keeps him guessing with a few quick strikes. It blocks him to pull guard. As Bonner struggles to get out of half guard. Tries to get in half guard rather, as he's firing away punches just a little in the way of damage. Looking for a scramble, but Schooner is quick to prevent that. He's trying to fire off some more punches with their arm, throwing in great force. So yeah, Schooner is just going to pretty much win this round thanks to the takedown. He's really doing a great job. And, there's a sweep, though, from Stephen Bonner, and they end up both back to their feet. There is a beautiful right uppercut from Stephen Bonner, and he knocks him down with that uppercut. Jesus, what a turn of events for Stephen Bonner. As he gets the knockdown, looking to finish the fight in the first, and yes, he does get it, as the referee's got to stop the fight. What a win for Stephen Bonner. Right when I said that Alex Schooner's been winning the fight and winning the round, makes the great sweep, stands him back up, and gets a beautiful uppercut to knock him down and finish the fight just before with 8:50 in the first round, just a minute left in the first. Gets the big knockout win, or the TKO win rather, and that's a big one for Stephen Bonner, making it 13-8, 10-6 for Alex Schoonover. Giving thanks, Stephen Bonner praises the team at Greg Jackson's Mixed Martial Arts as fair sponsor, and all the fans came out supporting and praises Schoonover for the tough fight. As in the last prelim fight, Hirotaka against the Bo Constrictor, Alexei Olenek, as 15-7, 18-9, some great records here. As both guys are just, well, I think on the smaller sides as far as the heavyweight division goes, 220, 230, and judo, sambo judo. So both guys judo level skill set, and then Peresta and Red Devil Sport, plus 150 for Hirotaka, minus 200 for Alexei Olenek. Big John McCarthy's the referee, rings judges, and here we go. They touch gloves. As Hirotaka steps in and grapples with him, trying to push him against the ropes. Doesn't let himself be driven back to those Lennox, as he's trying to take him down. Blocks the takedown attempt and takes control of the grapple. Now he's trying to push him so his back's up against the ropes. He does so. So he can't do it though, as Alexei Olenek gets a more dominant position in the grapple. Now, as Olenek tries to wrestle him to the ground, not unsuccessful, as Hirotaka maintains a good solid base, looking for the trip takedown. He blocks the attempt trip and takes control of the grapple, as Hirotaka trying to muscle him against the ropes. Same thing, doesn't allow himself to be driven back, and now kind of the same thing, but now this time he finally got the takedown and he has to pull a half guard. So Lennox is content rather, just throw a couple punches to the body, fires off a few punches if they're not throwing any great force. Hirotaka trying to move from half guard to full guard, but Alexei Olenek does not allow that. He pounds away with rights, but fails to land anything significant. As now Hirotaka works some separation and tries to quickly scramble his way into a better position. As he seizes the opportunity, as Alexei Olenek, Hirotaka was too slow and gets caught in side control. So now he fires off a few punches, throwing anything at great force. Hirotaka's trying to pull guard, but it's not going anywhere with that guard. Attempted that, looking for a Kimura. Always got it fully applied. Oh no, he pops free. Hirotaka was so close to getting finished, but Hirotaka's maintaining control and slides right out of that Kimura lock. He remains under side control. Blocks the full guard, and I was looking for an arm triangle, as of course Alexei Olenek, no stranger to submission, wins, and he's trying to pull one out here. So Hirotaka tries to pull guard on Alexei Olenek, but doesn't get the attempt. There's a knee strike just above the hips now. Now the referee's going to stand him up with 3 minutes left. He's starting to slow down, as he perhaps was conserving some energy as Alexei Olenek, as Hirotaka gets up close and clutches with Alexei Olenek, is trying to wrestle him against the ropes. Again, isn't going anywhere, looking for the trip takedown, and he's got it again. You think Hirotaka would learn from his mistakes, but he's just throwing some small strikes, just trying to catch his breath. As he's already won the round for sure, he's just trying not to get finished. Just throws a few strikes, clearly just slowing things down. This Hirotaka trying to transition some guards, not happening now. A few punches designed to keep him guessing. Tries to transition, ain't happening, that's the end of the first round. Yeah, I mean, Alexei Olenek, complete domination. It wasn't even close. As, yeah, some loud boos from the crowd can be heard as after that round. I'm really not surprised. Yeah, I mean, that's just pretty much a one-sided affair. Start of the second round now. Hirataka steps in and works his way to a dominant position in the clinch, trying to push him up against the ropes. Can't do it, does. Alexei Olenek defends himself well. As he clinches up with him, looking to try and take him down, and he's got it. Hirataka's left turtle up on his hands and knees. Alexei Olenek's on top of him. There's some big right hands. As Olenek pounds away on Hirataka, doesn't do much damage though, as he lands several clean shots now. But Alexei Olenek's too slow to stop, so as Hirataka is getting back up, and he's got back control, looking for the trip takedown. He shows stubborn resistance, and Alexei Olenek cannot stop the takedown. Under back control, Hirataka struggles free and returns to the center. Seeing his opponent about to shoot in, Hirataka timed it well and moved in to start the clinch. Using his wrestling skills, Hirataka is trying to push Alexei Olenek up against the ropes. He ends up back against the ropes. Hirataka stomps down on his opponent's foot. He scores with a glancing elbow strike from the clinch. His strike has opened up a noticeable gash above the eye of Alexei Olenek as he takes a knee strike inside his own knee. Minute left, Hirataka drives the knee into the thigh. He tries to throw a knee strike to the thigh, but Alexei Olenek tries to seize that chance, create some space, and break free. Taking a few gulps of breath, Hirataka's given the first, and they're starting to tire a touch. A little fatigue may be creeping in. Alexei's trying to move noticeably more slower now. So Hirataka aggressively moves in, grapples with Alexei as he hits a knee strike to the body. I mean, way to bounce back after that terrible first round, but still, I think Alexei Olenek won that round. As he's trying to work on the cut on Alexei Olenek. Final round now, as Alexei looks to shoot in, but Hirataka stepped in fast to start the clinch. There's a knee strike to the body, though. As trying to push him against the ropes. He isn't going anywhere, though. Still trying to muscle up against the ropes. He's finally got it, though. There's an elbow in the clinch, but Olenek is able to stop it. Hirataka goes to the knees, but Olenek wrestles free and circles back to the center. As Olenek is breathing very hard, he gets up close to clinches with Olenek. Says Hirataka trying to muscle up against the ropes. He isn't going anywhere, though. Halfway point in the third round now, Hirataka's trying to push Olenek up against the ropes. It's Ganis on evident as Olenek tries to complete the takedown. Can't get the takedown either. So Hirataka's back in down position, trying to push him against the ropes again. He's finally got him. He's finally got him up against the ropes, and there's some dirty boxing. But Olenek is aware of the danger and using his wrestling to prevent any damage from happening. Way to go, as Olenek using his wrestling skills to prevent Hirataka from attacking the dirty boxing. He's trying the dirty boxing, but Olenek seizes that chance to create some space and break free. Minute left. From a few deep breaths portray that Hirataka is starting to get into the gas tank. Steps in and works his way to a dominant position in the clinch. He's trying to muscle Olenek up against the ropes. He out-wrestles him though, as he looked like he was on the verge of exhaustion, looking for the trip takedown. Can't get the takedown as Hirataka wrestles his way into a dominant position. Breathing very hard. Hirataka's looking very ragged to end out the fight. Yeah, it's an interesting one because really Hirataka, that third round was very much the shit. I mean, but I guess you give it a slight advantage to him. Either way, this was actually a terrible fight. We'll see who wins it. I'm going to go with Alexei Olenek, but we'll see. Yep. I think that was the right decision. I'm surprised it was rated average and not terrible, because that third round, boy, it was bad. But, I mean, the first one, I thought the first round actually did pretty well as far as Alex was just way too much for him, and the second round was a little bit more even, but again, I think Alexei Olenek won it. On to the next one. As Alexei Olenek thanks everyone connected to Red Devil Sport for helping him prepare for the fight, and the sponsors for paying him financially. As Cain Velasquez and Yvel on to the main card now, as Yuma, Arizona, Amsterdam, Holland, 3-0, 29-18 for Gabriel Wrestling versus Muay Thai. As Big John McCarthy's a referee, ringside judges. Round one begins. They touch gloves, but the offer is completely ignored by Gabriel. Not surprised there, as Velasquez shoots in, gets the takedown, working past side control. He does so, but it's only half guard. Pounding away, landing a few clean shots, but not many. And they just kind of deal with them very well. Keep them guessing with a few quick strikes, fires off some right hands. Fires away the punches, only a few actually get their way through. As Velasquez lashes out with a nasty glancing elbow. He pounds away on Yvel some more. They're taken very easily, and he's trying to catch his breath now. Takes a few moments to plan ahead. Keeps on guessing. Now there's several big shots now that sting Yvel, as fights off some right hands, but Yvel is in trouble by them. The arm throwing in great force, trying to pound on Yvel some more, though the blows are commonly dealt with. He pounds away with punches, does minimal damage, fires off some rights, but Yvel is in trouble by the strikes. Throws a few right hands to the body, pounds away with the right hands, but doesn't do much damage. as a referee stands it back up with 3 minutes and 54 seconds left in the round. As they stay in trade blows, neither either fighter can land any damaging shots. As Velasquez isn't rushing in, worried about potentially getting hit if he shoots in at the wrong moment. As he uses the left jab and it's the big right hand that's going to set up. Oh no, I thought it was going to set up a nice takedown, but there's some more shots. There's a left hand and a nice right up to the ribs. And that's really opened him up now. So there's a nice jab and a straight right. 1-2 from fails to land, and now Velasquez gets a hold of him. Trying to muscle up against the ropes, he does so. Got the underhooks, sweeps the legs. Now he's in half guard. And there's another slicing elbow. He's trying to hit a slicing elbow, rather, but it can't connect. Covering up well is developed. There's some big right hands. Tries again with a slicing elbow, but misses. He fires with punches, but Yvel doesn't take any undue damage. Obviously, Cain Velasquez won that round. Well, that was a nice job by Yvel to at least land some shots, but yeah, 104 to 5. Not great. As let's see another 100. I mean, we're not going to get another 100 punch round, I'm sure. Silva closes in on Velasquez, looking to unleash some strikes. Velasquez looked there about to shoot, but Yvel simply took the initiative. There's a 1-2, but Velasquez was equal to it. Jab was wide, but then he hits a nice straight right hand. Left jab, but finds something on the big right, and that brings in Velasquez. He gets a hold of him. There's a knee strike. Trying to get a Muay Thai clinch. That's interesting. He's got a Muay Thai clinch. Holy shit! It's a knee to the face, and he knocks him out. Cain Velasquez says, you got a Muay Thai background? Well, watch this. He's going to fucking knee him in the clinch and gets the win with a knockout in the side. I mean, Cain Velasquez is a savage, obviously, but even so early on in 2008, just lighting fuckers up. Gives a name directive on a hit squad. All of his various sponsors and all of his friends, family, and supporters. He gives to show respect to his opponent there. It's on to the next fight in the main card. Gabriel Gonzaga, Greg Wicken, 6-1, 13-7. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, Hammer House, Team Punishment. As it's close though, minus 110 or minus 150 plus 110. As Gonzaga though 6'2", 245. Greg Wicken 6', 225. We'll see what happens. As Victor John McCarthy is a referee, ringside judges, we are on the way. They touch gloves. As Gonzaga throws a quick punch to the land though, as Wicken gets a hold of him, trying to muscle him against the ropes. He doesn't manage it though, as Gonzaga defends it well, looking to push him up against the ropes. He does so, looking for the trip, and he's got it too. It's a quick inside leg trip. He can do nothing but pull guard. There's some right hands, flicks a couple punches from the bottom, looking to get past guard, but Wicken allows the pass, and it's just a ploy to try the scramble. Scrambles up first as Wicken is up first, and he's quick to wrestle Gonzaga up against the ropes. He's just going to smother him against the ropes for the next 60 seconds. Still smothering him. And some dirty boxing now for about a minute. As referee's going to stand him, Big John McCarthy's going to break him up, standing back in the center. Punch from Gonzaga fails to land, and a clear opportunity. Wicken's able to move in fast and clinch with him. Trying to move him against the ropes, he does so. As now Gonzaga reverses, now he's the one to control. Looking for another trip takedown, this time Wicken defends it. Looking for the trip takedown, they just got it this time. It's an excellent outside leg trip that sees Wicken get thrown to the mat, no problem. Gonzaga's inside control, looking for mount. As the scramble results in that. As Wicken's on his back, pulling guard. Throws a couple of punches, I'm guessing. Flicks a couple of punches from the bottom. As he's still just really trying to... And now Wicken's trying to pull him in closer, trying to pepper him with short strikes. That's not happening. As Gonzaga's deflecting a couple of punches thrown from the bottom. There's a few right hands. Wicken is in trouble with the strikes. Leans back to avoid a couple of wild swings from Wicken from the bottom. Throws out some punches, but again, Wicken just can't land anything. As they're standing back up with 1:28 left. Gonzaga's giving the first inning, starting to tire touch. Is seeing his opponent about to shoot him. Wicken times it well, moves in for the clinch. As he's got the clinch, looking to put him up against the ropes. He does so. He's pinned him up against the ropes. There's a vicious foot stomp. Some scores with some lifts to the side of the stomach now. As he's trying to get some dirty boxing going, but Gonzaga prevents that using his wrestling to end out the round. I mean, Greg Wicken landed a lot of good shots, but just that was all Gabriel Gonzaga's round for sure. So we'll see what happens in the second. As Gonzaga throws a punch, but Wicken was equal to it. He's able to grab him, trying to muscle him against the ropes. He doesn't do it though, as Gonzaga defends it well. Presses against the ropes. Can't manage it though. Gonzaga fights it off. Wicken's looking to muscle Gonzaga back up against the ropes. Can't do those. Gonzaga gets more time in position in the grapple. Gonzaga tries to wrestle Wicken backwards up against the ropes. He out-wrestles him though. Trying to push Gonzaga so he's back up against the ropes. He's got him stuck against the ropes. Pressing him to the ropes now. Gonzaga's got him held there. The next 60 seconds sees them doing very little of the occasional short punches to the body. As Gonzaga looks like he doesn't have much left in the tank. As Wicken is able to pull him against the ropes. There's a couple of nice right hands on the side of the head. As smothered against the ropes, Gonzaga's not able to get free. As exchange close quarter punches for about 60 seconds. Minute left. Big John McCarthy's going to separate him again, bring him back to the centers. Wicken's finally starting to breathe a little heavier now. What a machine as Gonzaga throws a punch, but Wicken avoids it. As Wicken moves in fast and clinches with him. As they can't out-wrestle him, though. As now he's trying to muscle him against the ropes. And Gonzaga, again, doesn't let himself be driven back. That's the end of the round. I mean, that's a great round from Greg Wicken. I think he actually won that round. But it's going to come down to the third. And Gabriel Gonzaga's already gassed. Greg Wicken's starting to get into the gas tank region as he's already a little bit blown up. But he might pull up the win here. We'll see. It all comes down to this last round. There's a quick punch doesn't hit, though. Which gives Wicken time, rather, to come in and grab him into a clinch. Trying to push him against the ropes, back against the ropes. Just going to smother him. Greg Wicken trying to just lay and pray at this point, up against the ropes. But Gonzaga wrestles his way out of trouble. And now he's up against the ropes as Greg Wicken. Looking for the trip. Blocks the trip. And now so now his back's up against the ropes now. Yeah, Gonzaga's just blown up at this point. Halfway point. There's a nice short uppercut from Greg Wicken from Greg Wicken as he's controlled up against the ropes. It takes a few right hands to be a dirty boxing. That is a hard foot stomp. China shows his complete control here. Occasional strip punches, all that happened for the next 60 seconds as the two fighters continue to be pressed against the ropes tightly as referee going to separate them with 33 seconds left. Wicken's definitely slowing down. This gas tank's definitely being challenged here. As Wicken steps forward, willing to take a few shots, gets close enough to grapple. Can't connect with the steps jab, but he hits a nice straight right hand, lands hard as Gonzaga. Moving confidently closer, looking to throw some strikes. A punch from Gonzaga fails to land to end out the round and the fight. Yeah, I think Greg Wicken stole it. I think he won the second and the third. And, I mean, it's a close round, though. Yep, and he's going to win it. It's a rate of poor, but yeah, definitely in the entire fight, you could see Greg Wicken definitely had the advantage, but no takedowns, though. He still gets the win. That just shows you the damage that could be done. Laying out a lot of shots. 6-2 will be Gabriel Gonzaga, 14-7 for Greg Wicken. As he praises his team at Team Punishment. His various sponsors supporting him financially. The fans came out to support him. Praises Gonzaga for the tough fight, though. So on to the next fight. It is the Croatian sensation, Pat Milicic, taking on Jake Ellenberg. 31, 11, and 12. 8 and 4 for Jake Ellenberg, Omaha, Nebraska, Benidorm, Iowa. So both guys weighed in at 183 as a wrestling style for Jake Ellenberg. So at least Pat Milicic would assume have some stand-up advantage, but we'll see. As Milicic trying systems, of course, for Pat Milicic and the Hammer House of Jake Ellenberg. Plus 100, minus 110. So referee for this bout, ringside judges. Ellenberg looks significantly bigger than Milicic as they prepare for the fight, even though they weighed in exactly the same yesterday. Fight begins, they touch gloves, exchange of strikes, but nothing really goes through. As Ellenberg misses the right hook and leaves him open for a counter with a jab and a big right hand that just misses. Two forward come together again as there's another missing with the right hook, and there's a left jab and a right hook that's ducked. Not a great start so far. Missing the jab, it lands on the right hook. Doesn't connect with the left jab, but also nails the right cross. As Milicic finds a good angle, nice 1-2 there as Ellenberg lands the nice right hook. Stepping past the right hook attempt and attacks with a quick left jab and a hook to the body that fails to land. As Ellenberg steps forward and looking to strike, there's two left hands in exchange. Can't connect with the sub strike, so then lands the big right hand. Two fighters stand and trade strikes, neither land a significant blow in the exchange in the center. Ellenberg misses the big right hand, allowing Milicic to counter with a jab and a big right hand that just misses. The two fighters come together and strike, but it's really tentative, nothing comes of it, rather. Exchange of strikes happens right in the center of the ring, but neither fighter lands anything good. They engage in the center. Ellenberg misses the big right hand, allowing Milicic to counter with a jab and a big right hand that just misses. They exchange a few strikes, and nothing significant lands. We pass halfway mark of the round as both fighters come together and strike. Milicic has the right hook blocked. Ellenberg tries the right hook but misses. Milicic acknowledges some instructions from his corner with a curt nod and the head and returns his full attention to the fight. They both fighters move and engage. As Milicic missing the left jab and scores the right hook. Ellenberg lands the nice right hook. Milicic acknowledging some instructions from his corner with a curt nod again, and then it returns his full attention to the fight. As both fighters move and engage. Milicic has to connect with the right hand to the body. Tries the right hand but gets absorbed on his opponent's gloves. They come together and strike. Milicic missing the right hook and gets countered with a quick left jab and a right hand that narrowly fails to connect. As exchange of strikes happens right in the center of the ring, but neither fighter lands anything good. They exchange in the center. As Ellenberg dodges the right hand that counterattacks with a jab and a right hook that's ducked. Taking a few gulps of breath, Milicic just giving the first inning start to tire a touch. They meet in the center and start to strike. Ellenberg misses the right cross, leaves himself open for a counter, which Milicic attacks with a quick left jab and a hook to the body. That doesn't land, though. Ellenberg's definitely moving well. It's still moving well, but he's definitely breathing a little deeper now. They engage. As Ellenberg slips past the right hook attempt, attacks the vicious right cross, and he knocks him out with that right cross. What a huge win for Jake Ellenberg. It's 9-4 as he knocks out Pat Milicic in the first. 31-12-2 for Pat Milicic. As he thanks everyone connected to Hammerhouse for preparing him for this fight and supporting him financially. As they asked about the knockout, he says he managed to land that last punch perfectly. He knows that he can always rely on his punching power. It's a big knockdown for sure. As next fight, Jesus says it's Mad Monkey Nick Serra taking on live wire Jason Monfleur, 12-4 to 14-6. East Meadow, New York, St. Louis Pesto, California. As 6 foot 183, 5'9", 183, 29 years old, 32 years old. A rematch from the UFC is Lionsden, Black House, minus 380 for Jason Monfleur, plus 300 for Nick Serra. Jason Monfleur then looking to get his rematch and his revenge by getting this win here. As Mario Yamasaki's a referee. Ringside judges, here we go. They come together in a clinch. Monfleur works his way to a dominant position. The clinch trying to push him against the ropes. He does so, looking for a trip, and he's got it as well. Jason Monfleur with a few right hands, and it isn't pretty, but a single underhook allows Serra to force his way back to his feet. As the fighters are now standing, they clinch. As Monfleur looking for another trip, and it's another beautiful clinch. As he's got another beautiful takedown, and he's got side control, looking for the arm triangle. Fights off the arm triangle, does Nick Serra. As he blocks Serra as it tries to transition the guard. Looking for a knee bar now. Fights off the knee bar attempt. Looking for a knee bar again. Stops it again. Looking for an arm triangle. I mean, Jason Monfleur is getting busy early. Looking for the Monfleur choke. Defends that well as well. Trying to transition the guard again. Yamasaki's going to stand her back up with 5 minutes left in the round. As moving fast, Monfleur's looking to get back into the clinch. He's trying to muscle up against ropes. He does so. Is it going to be another trip takedown? Yes, it is. And again, he's got side control. And again with the Monfleur choke, but he can't get him. I mean, Nick Serra is getting put through the ringer. Another Monfleur choke, and he can't get him. I mean, Jason Monfleur's probably tried at least 10 submissions by now. Looking for it again. And he keeps on fighting it off as Nick Serra. There's a few right hands. He takes a moment to plan ahead. Blocks Serra, tries to transition the guard. Yamasaki's will stand back up again with a minute 20 left. They stand and trade blows. Neither fighter can land anything damaging. 60 seconds left. Getting close and they clinch. Monfleur may be getting another trip takedown. He does so. Unreal. Some more right hands as Serra tries to deal with him comfortably, trying to sweep from the bottom, but he can't do it, and that's the end of the round. Obviously, all Jason Monfleur. Let's just see how many submissions he tried. As he tried 8. Wow, I thought it was definitely double digits. It felt like it was double digits. But, I mean, yeah, all those 8 submissions didn't work, but he definitely won the round for sure. Let's see what happens in the second. They come together and clinch, so they start wrestling. Monfleur again, looking for the trip takedown. And again, it can't be stopped. Looking to get side control. He fights off the attempt. They scramble. As Serra's left turtle up facing Monfleur. Looking for the knee strike, but it can't quite keep control of Serra. Is able to spring back up. They clinch again. As, again, Monfleur's the aggressor, trying to push him against the ropes. Look at Nick Serra, though, getting some type of momentum here as he stops him and gains dominant position in the grapple. Looking for the trip. He doesn't get it, though. As he's trying to go for it again. And again, it does not happen. As Monfleur now wrestling his way into controlling the grapple, looking for the trip takedown, and Serra blocks it as well. So we're at a stalemate at this point, as he can't get it, though. Serra defends it well again. Trying to push him against the ropes. He's got him up against the ropes, looking for the trip. He's finally got it. As Nick Serra gets thrown back down, it's Monfleur looking for a knee bar. Doesn't let himself be taken by a knee bar, though. 60 seconds left in the round, looking for another knee bar to end up the fight. Not happening. As the end of the round, and again, Jason Monfleur just does enough to win the round. Nick Serra hasn't landed a shot. He hasn't gotten a takedown. It has just been complete domination. As his corner is trying to get him fired up, he's just standing there staring at the floor. Nick Serra, he's basically broken at this point. It's the final round. Serra moves in and clinches, looking for the trip. Stops that and takes control of the clinch. Muscles him against the ropes, looking for the trip takedown. He's got it again. Left on his back, pulling half guard, is Nick Serra. Looking to throw some strikes, trying to throw some right hands. Mainly just trying to catch his breath. Looking to catch his breath. Monfleur did throw a couple punches to the body. Yeah, I mean, he's already won the fight. He's just gonna not get finished. Minute left. Yamasaki's just standing back up. And Serra's starting to give the first inning, starting to tire, as is Jason Monfleur. As they move in and clinch, Serra looking for the trip takedown, doesn't get it. As now Monfleur's going to put him up against the ropes in the round. He had a decision win for Jason Von Flue. Complete domination. 15-6. 12-5. Just wasn't close. It wasn't that close at all. As Jason Von Flue gets a name checked everyone at Lions Den, all of his very responsible, all of his friends, and his supporters, says he has a lot of respect for Nick's effort and praises his toughness. It's our co-main event. I can't believe we're already here. It's Josh the Dentist versus Dwayne Bang Ludwig. As 11-2, 13-6. Both guys looking to get their debut win in Pride FC. Mixed martial artist Josh Neer. Muay Thai background for Dwayne Ludwig. Black House American Top Team. Minus 280 for Josh Neer. Plus 220 for Dwayne Ludwig. Refereeing this bout, ringside judges, opening bell. Ludwig looking confident, shortening the range, looking to strike. Combo ends with a kick to the legs, fails to land for Ludwig. Two fighters engage as they slips past the right hook attempt and attacks with pair of left jabs that are followed by a low kick that can't connect though. Ludwig fails to land a combo that ended with an attempted roundhouse body kick. Neer seizing that chance and grabs Ludwig into a clinch. Using his wrestling skills, Neer is trying to push Ludwig up against the ropes. Can't manage it though as Ludwig fought it. Neer's looking to muscle Ludwig back against the ropes. He doesn't manage it though as Ludwig defended well. Can't keep control of Ludwig in the grapple and is soon being pushed around. Clinch with Neer, Ludwig trying to push him down. As he doesn't get the takedown, then using his wrestling to take control of the grapple. As Neer's trying to push him against the ropes, he does so. And looking for the takedown, he's got it. It's a big takedown too, and he's got side control out of it. Looking to catch his breath, Josh Neer just condensed a couple punches to the body. As Neer looking to throw some strikes for now. Venom though blocks Ludwig's attempt to transition as he punches down at Ludwig some more. They're easy to get on the gloves though as he's trying to get him going. I mean, we're just kind of at a stalemate at this point. It looks like it's because Ludwig's not allowing him to move. And but we got an Americana though, as from side control, but Ludwig fights it off. As Ludwig tries to pull guard, and Neer doesn't get any of the attempt. As the referee's going to stand it back up. Both fighters moving to engage as a jab, but misses the right hook. And then there's another jab, and also has his right cross blocked. As Josh Neer, as fails to find him his jab, but he scores a right cross that lands hard. Two fighters engage. It lands a quick punch and then scores the left kick to the body. As Ludwig, as Neer hits a jab but can't hit the right cross. As he misses the right cross, leaves well for a counter. That's Josh Neer. Ludwig comes in with a pair of left jabs that are followed by a spin kick to the body. As Ludwig moves in fast behind 5 quick punches, and all of them landing, and then hits a spin kick to the ribs. That's a great combo from Ludwig. As there's a left jab and a left, but fails to land a body kick though. There's a good right hand from Josh Neer. They stand and train in the center of the ring. Neither fighter gives or takes any real damage. Neer appears willing to risk getting hit. That means getting close enough to initiate some grappling. A punch from Ludwig fails to land. Neer gets a hold of him, catches Ludwig with a knee strike to the body. Using his wrestling skills, Neer's trying to push him against the ropes. He does love himself to be driven back though. He gains the opposition in the grapple to end the round. It's a close one for sure, but I think I'm going to have to give the nod to Josh Neer. With the takedown advantage, I think he landed more shots, and he landed more powerful shots too. So we'll see what happens in the second. As he backing off, hits a weak left hand jab, or just a weak left hand rather. As he can't hit the sub left jab, then hits a body kick. Those Ludwig, and again it hits the left hand, but falling body kick misses. He's starting to slow down a bit, perhaps conserve some energy. As Ludwig comes forward, walking down Neer, avoids the jab and able to move into the pocket. As a quick flurry of jabs and punches, but Ludwig sees the 3 of the flurry hit home and then hits the big right hand to the body that fails to hit the target though rather. As the two combatants meet in the center of the ring, they start to strike. Neer dodges the right hand counter, attacks the jab and head kick that's off target and engage. As Ludwig dodges the right hand and counterattacks with a brace of jabs that are followed with the left hand to the body. Hits the left hand and misses the spin kick. Doesn't trouble his opponent with a combination ending with a spin kick, and Neer moves in fast and clinches the Ludwig. Halfway point in the round, Neer is trying to push Ludwig so his back is up against the ropes. Neer does it, and Ludwig gets stuck with his back to the ropes as he drops down and wraps his opponent's arms around his opponent's legs. Or wraps his arms, rather, around his opponent's legs, looking to try and take him down. He's got the takedown. Ludwig cannot stop it. He gives up side control. Neer fires off a few punches as he's trying to transition the guard, but he can't manage it. There's Ludwig looking for a Kimura, but he can't get the Kimura. Trying to transition the guard, but he can't manage it. And Neer unloads some 2 big elbows, but Ludwig covers up well and absorbs all of the impacts on his forearms. Trying to transition the guard in the round, but that's not happening. As again, Josh Neer, I think, stealing that round with the takedown and landing more shots just by 1. Or by 2 rather. That's actually 3. I'm an idiot. I keep on thinking it was 10, but it's 9. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice round for Josh Neer. He just keeps on squeaking away. See what Dwayne Ludwig can do in this final round. He comes forward on the attack, manages to counter jab. Does Josh Neers, he can't hit up the sell left jab, but it hits a right hook, does Ludwig. There's some strikes and a spin kick, but Neer defends all of them. As Neer takes a chance, grabs Ludwig into a clinch, hits a big knee to the body, rather. So there's another knee strike to the body. Josh Neer really hitting these knees. Look at the muscle Wicken's ropes. He does so, and he's going to pin. Looking to go down low and grabs both his opponent's legs. He does so as well. Just a complete job there by Josh Neer. Looking for Von Flute choke as Ludwig blocks it. Neer blocks the attempt to sweep. Looking for Kimura now. Wait, what a great job here. As Neer almost gets a Kimura, but he twists the arm backwards at a painful angle too, as Ludwig somehow manages to get his arm free. Clearly the hold couldn't have been as tight as it looked, as Ludwig is still under side control though, and the threat for more submission attempts remains. Ludwig's breathing very hard now, as Neer blocks Ludwig as he tries to transition the guard. There's a few right hands, mainly just trying to catch his breath, as Neer blocks Ludwig as he's trying to sweep in the side control. He fires a few punches, trying to catch his breath. As, oh my god, I mean, just some big-time elbows, and he is getting destroyed as Dwayne Ludwig. Just repeated heavy shots, and he's got to stop the fight. You're winning by TKO with 4:52 in the third round, 8 seconds left. Dwayne Ludwig just gets destroyed, though, in the round. What a performance for Josh Neer, as he gets a huge win, as he gives a name check there with a blackout, so all of his very sponsors, all of his friends from his supporters. He's then asked who he'd like to face next. Answers that Mitsuhiro Shido would be someone he'd like to compete against. So our main event, the Axe Murderer, Vanderlei Silva versus Nate the Great Marquardt. As Nate the Great Marquardt taking on the Axe Murderer, Vanderlei Silva, 21-7, 20-7, very, very close records. As Denver, Colorado, Brazil for Vanderlei Silva, 5'11", 205, 6'1", 205. Muay Thai background for Vanderlei Silva, mixed martial artist, Nate Marquardt. Brazilian top team, Greg Jackson's mixed martial arts. Plus 150 for Vanderlei Silva, minus 190 for Nate Marquardt. So referee, our ringside judges, Silva looked significantly bigger than Marquardt as they prepared for the fight, even though they weighed in exactly the same. Here we go. No touch of gloves, as starts with the drawing. An audible reaction from the crowd. Silva comes forward on the attack. There's a pair of jabs that hit in the exchange. As Silva throws a quick one too, but doesn't land either blow. Shortening the range of Silva, there's a left hand from Marquardt. There's a 2-punch combo, but Marquardt avoids both of them. They come together and strike, but it's really tentative. Nothing comes of it. There's another punch, but Marquardt was equal to it. And Marquardt's able to grab Silva. Look at him push him against ropes. He does so. Now looking to take him down. He's got him as well. There's a few right hands that are taking on the gloves. A few right hands are without great force. There's a few weak right hands. Marquardt's just laying shots to lay shots. Referee's going to stand him up. As 5 minutes left. As he's circling warily, as Marquardt's looking for his chance to get close up to grapple. There's a punch with his hand though, and that's going to give Marquardt that chance he needs to do the exact same thing he just did. And he'll go down low and grabs, he's got one leg already. He's looking to take him down with the one leg, but Silva yanks his leg free and circles out. They meet in the center again, as Marquardt missing with the bigger right hand. That's putting him off balance. There's a quick left jab, but the big right hand just misses. They come together and strike. And again, this time it's Silva with the big right hand that misses, and Marquardt with the left jab and the right hand that narrowly fails to connect, rather, as he can't connect with a pair of jabs, and he can't even make contact on the right head kick. As now Silva lands cleanly with the right hand, as he can't quite hit the sub left jab. There's a beauty of a straight right though. As Marquardt backing off the weak right hand, that jab is wide from Silva, then a fantastic right cross, and he knocks him out. This Vanderlei Silva, the Axe Murderer, does it again. As the Axe Murderer gets the win, and another win over Nate Marquardt, 22-7, 21-7, or 20-8 rather, will be Nate Marquardt. What a great performance from Vanderlei Silva. I thought he was going to get it, but he got the huge win. As he thanks Ellenberg and Brazilian top team for helping him prepare for the fight, and his sponsors for supporting him financially. He physically grabs the microphone and calls out Alex Stiebling, saying that he will destroy him. But yeah, the fight will definitely happen, I'm sure. As his critical rating was a 71. Not bad, definitely helped with a great main event. Commercial rating 94. And just the only poor fight was Wicken and Gonzaga. All in all, pretty good fight card. The opener and the main event, I think, did really, really well. Pretty fun card. Yeah, we got our pop back in a lot of places, too, so that's fun. As, we're going to give a performance bonus for Vanderlei Silva. Yeah, and we'll give one to Jake Ellenberg, too. Actually, Velasquez. Yeah, what a fun card that was. That was a lot of fun. As, thank you all for watching. And we'll catch you guys next time for more WMA 5 action. Take care, everyone.